Breaking news, a middle school is not allowing their students to wear the color black this year. A middle school in...
So this is the dumbest decision ever. It's based on color theory and color psychology, which states that certain colors bring about certain emotions. Now, it's also based on research that was done back in 2015, such as this one by Lucy Bowes, PhD, et al., Risk of Depression and Self-Harm in Teenagers Identifying with Goth Subculture, a longitudinal cohort study. What this one says is that there's a correlation between goth and depression and suicidal ideation and all that. What they failed to grasp is that the depression was there before entry into the subculture. They also failed to grasp that the depression was there before the individual started wearing all black. The black clothing was a product of the depression, but it helped the individual feel more comfortable. It helped the individual feel more confident, feel more like themselves, and improve their mood. As you can see, I'm wearing all black today. I consider myself part of the goth subculture, as well as the metalhead subculture and several other subcultures. But mostly I'm just me. I dress how I feel. I listen to the music I like. There was also another study. Let's see. On color psychology. I had it brought up here. Just a second. There are a few different articles. One on wearing black leading to depression and everything. But I reiterate, the depression was there before the individual started wearing all black. I did a research capstone for my undergrad back in, I want to say 2021, 2022, somewhere around there, where I wanted to determine the effects of horror on mood. Now, what do I mean by horror? Horror is anything that produces a rush of endorphins. You know, horror films, horror books, horror stories, and black is closely associated with the horror genre. What I found was horror actually improves mood in most people. And this can be anything from metal music, goth music, punk music, horror films, horror books, horror comics, even horror art can help improve mood. And so it should also be said that clothing that is connected with horror, such as all black clothing or even darker colors in general, can actually help improve mood, because black is a confidence builder. Black helps improve an individual's confidence, and so by boosting the confidence, it puts them in a much better mood. I myself found that I was much more depressed in childhood when I had to wear brighter colors, because I felt like I stood out more, like I was a beacon, just wanting attention. And I didn't actually want that attention. I wanted to just kind of fade into the background, When I wore black, I started wearing black to push people away. I wanted people to get the wrong impression of me. I didn't want to be bullied anymore. And so I wanted people to kind of be leery of me, be afraid of me, so that they wouldn't bully me so much. And it did actually work. There were comments made, often behind my back, written on bathroom stalls and stuff about me. But overall, it did help boost my confidence. And that's what I think these schools need to understand is black, if an individual wears all black, they aren't doing it, it's not causing depression, it's not causing mental health problems, it's not causing antisocial behavior or anything else. It is actually boosting their confidence. It is bringing out who they truly are. It is helping them feel more comfortable in their own skin. And that's part of what I want to bring to the psychology field as a clinical counselor, what I'm going to school for right now. In one of my classes this week, we talked about histrionic personality disorder and how there was a question developed by the APA and the ACA and all those others about what personality disorder would you diagnose an individual who, a male who paints his fingernails, wears all black, or has long hair, or wears tons of jewelry and rings and everything else. What personality disorder would you diagnose him as? Well, to the general public, to neurotypicals, to normies, wearing of all black means that you want attention. Painting your fingernail means that you want attention. That's actually not the case in most situations. The wearing of black, the being creative, dyeing your hair strange colors like I do, growing your hair out if you're a man, all this stuff is about bringing what's inside outside. It's not about craving attention, because a lot of times we don't want that attention. We want to kind of fade into the background, but we also want to be true to who we are. Now, the answer to this would be histrionic personality disorder. That's what the APA, the ACA, all these other mental health professions think that you should be diagnosed as histrionic personality. That is not the case in these situations. Because, like I said, a lot of times individuals like me who paint our fingernails, wear jewelry, whatever, we actually don't want the attention. We don't like being the center of attention. We want to kind of almost go unnoticed outside of our peer groups. By peer groups, I mean our subcultures. Now, if we're recognized in our subcultures, that means we're being appreciated. But outside of our subcultures, it means we're being made fun of. We're being ridiculed and all this. And that is someplace no one wants to be. So, just to reiterate, the wearing of all black does not mean that an individual is going to start becoming depressed or start developing antisocial personality disorder or any of a number of mental health disorders. It just means they're bringing what's inside outside and trying to be more confident and more comfortable in their own skin.